Sag Nasty. So right. I'm not giving you any fault, but there's that question. Do you remember the time in middle school when you started a race riot?
I don't believe that I did that.
Yeah, okay.
I may have been an asshole at some point. Yes.
Oh, do you know what I'm talking about by chance? This is another reason I brought you on. I'm super curious.
I don't actually remember exactly what you're talking about.
We can edit it if it's too much, but I really want to know about this.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Maybe it's too much if you don't remember. I was hoping you remember because I'm so curious about the truth of this. If you don't remember, it might not be as cool. But so one day, you were very stylish. Like secretly, you cared about your style, even if it was like grungy or something like that. But you had like a Nirvana shirt. You always had cool hats.
I've always taken pride and quality in my appearance.
Exactly right. So you weren't just like. You remember Ben Brantley? You remember this guy?
Oh, I can't. Now that you just brought that name up,
isn't that crazy?
Remember who that is? Yeah, I do remember who that is.
He came in 8th grade. Yeah, he came in 8th grade. He was just didn't care. He was very handsome, tall, but he didn't care. You cared.
He didn't care at all. Yeah. I can't believe you brought up that name. Like, and I remember him now too. Like now that's great.
You're funny. He didn't care at all. So people like paid attention to you, and I think you knew it a little bit. It's like, okay, if I keep this kind of mystique, like I will draw a little bit of attention. So one day you come to school and you have another trucker hat on. You wore them well. I guess your head shape worked for it. I can't wear. I have like a peanut head, so I can't wear those hats like that. Like there's space on the sides.
Curvaison. My head's big, man. I got the big head.
So you come one day to school and you're wearing this white hat, and all it says on the white hat is WP. We go to White Pine, but there's whispers around town that this means white power. What is the truth of this hat? And you wouldn't answer. You're like, what does it mean? You're just like, huh. And you just you wouldn't answer it. What is the truth of that? Because later that day, you don't remember it. Are you serious? You don't remember it?
No. Now that you're bringing it up, it's coming back now.
Because later that day there was a riot at our school because of this hat.
And that's what I kind of remembered. It was like something. Yeah.
It was a really big ordeal.
It was. I thought I was joking around. I thought it was me being funny. You know what I mean? And it was not funny. Like, to be honest, like now realizing where
it's okay. You were a kid then. I just want to know the truth.
It was not funny. You know what I mean?
No. It's fine.
At that point I thought I was just being funny.
Okay.
And it was not funny at all.
Isn't it crazy how this moment draws out that much? Because right around the same time they had the race riot at Heritage, and suddenly in 8th grade we have strangely, like the cops came so late that luckily we didn't get maced or anything, but suddenly have this mass brawl at a middle school in 8th grade because
and that's what I remember about that is the big fight that happened after all that.
Yes, you're right.
I didn't remember the catalyst. You know what I mean? Until you brought it up.
Yeah. So this conversation happens, and I don't know why it leads to suddenly a race riot, but what is this hat? Is it White Pine? Is it white power? And you're just like, people are kind of being aggressive towards you, and I could see you're like, where you're like a deer in headlights is like, oh, this is not going where I wanted it to go.
Right. No, no. Now that you bring it up, I just thought I was joking around, and I thought I was being a stupid kid. You know what I mean? And it's not even funny. Like, oh man, now that you bring it up, stuck. I'm like, damn, I still feel stupid right now.
Yeah, and then you're stuck suddenly, right? You're stuck. You're like, oh man. But then you have your pride. It's like, well, I'm not gonna back down to them either. But man, what did I do? And I was wondering if you remember that.
No, you're
time.
Absolutely right. No.
Yep.
No, you're no. That's exactly how it was too. And pride comes into all that. And I honestly regret actually acting like that.
So what?
You know,
because the reason I'm asking,
thinking that it was a joke, it's not funny.
No,
it isn't.
I mean, I'm going to be an apologist for you a little bit. Is that at this time you're going through what we would call an identity crisis. So one of the coolest things I saw in today's Matt is like, I forget, what does the tattoo say on your chest?
Chicano, Mexican
Chicano. So we go from
Chicano.
8th grade WP hat to today Chicano across the chest. What does that tell me? Is that this guy's trying to find himself, and he's stuck in between two worlds, and he loses his father.
You are such a realist. You're a straightforward, and hey, I appreciate that. I gravitate to that. Thank you.
Yes, and so I see this guy having this identity complex, and he's trying to find, where can I find my identity? And suddenly at this time, he's drawn towards the white side because they made him hate the brown side because of his experience in Weiss.
Hey, and you brought it up to begin with too. That's crazy. You thought about all this before we even talked about it. So
just from a picture,
really good, man.
Just from a picture,
you do really good, man. You do really good.
Right.
Hey, you are a very smart man. You are a very smart man.
I want to jump ahead just for a second, and we'll go back, of course. When did you find your brown identity then? Because you must have wrestled with that for a long time. That's what I thought. I knew it.
When I went to prison.
I knew it. Let's go there for a second, and we'll go back again. How long does it take? What's the process? What is the initiation into finding your identity as a Chicano? Because you've always been. Oh, man. You just didn't really understand because you didn't have the moment to find that, you know.
That is another very good question. Because, like, when I went to the joint, it was like, okay, you got to decide. Do you hang out with the white people? Do you hang out with the Mexican people? Do you hang out with the black people?
That's why I'm asking.
So it's like, okay.
It's like Saginaw. It's like Saginaw, but like on crack cocaine, right? White, black, Mexican. It's just all the same. No, keep going though.
And it's just like the Latino culture in prison. They'll, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like I found family there, which is crazy because I didn't have family like that when I was in the world. And these people would do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like they would take care of me. They'd be like, Matt, what do you need? Blah, blah, you know, whatever. And it was weird.
So when you first go in, did you, lack of a better word. When you first go in, are you saying I'm going to go to the white guys? Obviously you're afraid, but like,
no, I'm scared as shit.
Yes, but when you finally like lift,
when I got to prison, I was
I haven't been to prison, but I've been locked up. I know it's like scary. I know like just a little small taste of it. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, so when you lift your head finally, lift your head just a little bit, maybe as you're eating, where are you thinking you're gonna go? To the white guys, to the black guys? I don't think you're thinking about going to the Mexicans. That's not your first thought, probably.
No, I didn't. I had no idea what to do when I first got to
recruited
prison.
You, right?
I had no idea. I don't want to say they recruited me, but they accepted me. You know, and that's like, it was the first time that I've been accepted, I guess, because we even talked about this, like being at Weiss and not being accepted,
especially for being brown.
Right. And so then when I got there, I was accepted.
There we go.
And it worked out for me. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
I saw all of that. All I had to do was look at the 2 pictures on Facebook, the background, this little Nirvana kid.
Man, how are you so smart, man? How did you decipher all that?
Because I had to go through it with myself too.
Hey, that's serious. Like that.
And isn't it weird how it works out?
For me to even admit it to you right now, like that. Hey, like
that's
I said,
awesome
I have to be open and honest.
That's you. Yeah, exactly.
Today.
Exactly. So and that's you too.
I'm not trying to lie anymore about anything.
All right.
And so what And just you realizing that, like, you are a very smart man, like, because you pulled it all. You were like, hey, you already knew.
Hey, you could easily lie about it. You could have lied about it. You could have lied about it, and I would look stupid right now.
No, I'm a gangster, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
No, I'm not that. No.
And then I look dumb. So it's all on you. It's all on you. Props to you only. Yeah. So
no, I'm not that.
That
doesn't work like that today. Doesn't work like that today.
Sometimes maybe back in 8th grade it would. Maybe.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Okay.
It
all right.
didn't work out for me back then either. No, it did not. I mean, I wish I could say yes, it did, but it did not. I mean,
exactly.
We all have to go through our own experiences to get to where we're at today.
Okay.
You know.
So going into high school then.